Thailand. I mean, it's one of the world's top travel spots for a reason. But by 2035, a huge shift could totally redefine what it's like to visit. And the person at the very center of all of this? The tour guide, that human link to the country. So, what does the future actually have in store for them? Okay, first, let's talk numbers, just to get a sense of the scale here. By 2035, Thailand is projected to be welcoming over 60 million international visitors every single year. That is a huge number, basically cementing its place as a global tourism titan. The country is getting ready for a boom like it's never seen before. Now, you'd think that with millions more people coming, this would be an absolute golden age for tour guides, right? But that massive number, it hides a way more complicated story. A story full of intense competition, brand new opportunities, and some serious tech disruption that is going to completely reshape their jobs. And that really brings us to this pivotal moment, this crossroads. This tourism explosion is both a massive, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and a really critical threat. The entire profession is standing right at a fork in the road, and it has to figure out how to navigate a landscape that's changing faster than ever. All right, so this is where we get to the real on-the-ground conflict happening right now. It's like a tale of two guides. On one side, you've got your licensed guides. These are the pros. They're government-tested, trained, and held to a professional standard. But then, on the other side, you have this growing wave of unlicensed guides. Yeah, they might offer a cheaper price, but there's no formal training, no guarantees, no protections. The source material calls this an unfair rivalry. And it's not just a business problem. For you, the tourist, it's a gamble. And for the licensed guides, it's a fight for their livelihood. But all this conflict, all these challenges, they actually open up a huge opportunity for guides who are willing to adapt. And this opportunity is being driven by a pretty major shift in what we, as travelers, actually want. This brings us to the rise of what's being called the new tourist, and the kind of experiences they're looking for. So, who is this new tourist? Well, forget the old-school one-size-fits-all bus tour. These travelers are savvy, they're independent, and they want something more. They want personalized, custom-made trips. They're asking for sustainable and eco-friendly options. They don't just want to see the sights, they want deep cultural dives, authentic, off-the-beaten-path adventures. And as the source describes them, dreamlike and totally immersive experiences. And this quote, man, it just nails the whole shift. Dream-like tourism. That's not just about pretty beaches and photo ops. It's about creating these moments that feel transformative. It's about traveling in a way that's less about ticking boxes on a list and more about feeling something real, about making a fantasy come true and finding something to believe in. That's the new gold standard. So how do you possibly create a dream-like experience? Well, this is where tech stops being just a booking tool and starts becoming part of the magic itself. I mean, think about it. Imagine you're standing in the ancient ruins of Ayutthaya, and with some AR glasses, boom, your guide makes the temples rise up around you again as they tell you the story. Or maybe you use VR to get a sneak peek of a remote jungle trek before you even decide to go. Technology is becoming a storyteller's best friend. Okay, but to grab hold of this amazing opportunity, guides have to get through what is basically a perfect storm of challenges that are gathering on the horizon. And these challenges threaten to make the traditional guide obsolete before they even have a chance to adapt. Competition used to be pretty straightforward. You were competing against other licensed guides. But now, the field is just crowded. You've still got that intense pressure from unlicensed guides, for sure. But the real game changer, the biggest new threat, comes from this third, much more impersonal source, the internet and AI platforms. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie concept. It's happening right now, in stages. Today, we've got online booking sites and social media influencers already dominating how we plan our trips. In the next 5 to 10 years, you'll see immersive VR tours becoming a common thing. But by 2035, that's when you get the AI-powered cloud guides. Just think of a Siri in your ear that has perfect historical knowledge. And even automated drone tours becoming direct competitors. Each step makes the human guide feel a little less essential for just getting basic information. And as if all that wasn't enough, guides are also dealing with these huge global forces they have absolutely no control over. You've got economic instability that can just crush travel budgets, rising fuel costs make flights pricier for everyone, The threat of another pandemic can bring the entire industry to a screeching halt overnight. And then there's the environmental damage from mass tourism itself, which ironically threatens the very beautiful places people are coming to see. So you take the massive opportunity from the new tourist and you smash it together with all these threats from tech and global instability, and what you're left with is a really stark choice for the tour guide of 2035. It's simple: adapt or you're going to disappear. The role just has to evolve. Okay, so the billion-dollar question is, how do they actually do it? How do they adapt? Well, this is basically a 4-step survival guide. First, deep specialization. Don't just be a Bangkok guide. Be the expert on, say, the history of street food in Chinatown or the ecotourism of the northern hill tribes. Find a niche that AI can't just look up. Second, you've got to embrace technology as a partner. Use social media to build your brand. Use those AR apps to make your tours amazing. Third, double down on the things that make us human. Mastering new languages, storytelling, empathy, and just creating a real, authentic connection with people. And finally, step 4, champion sustainability. Become a guardian of the culture and the environment that you're showing to the world. And that really leaves us with this one big final question, right? As technology gets better and better at giving us the perfect, flawless, AI-driven vacation, the human guide's only real advantage is the one thing an algorithm can't fake: a real, messy, beautiful, genuine human connection. So the real question for 2035 isn't just about whether guides can adapt. It's about us. As travelers, what are we going to choose? Connection or just convenience?